Hello everyone. From today we will start our discussion of ethics previous year's questions and we will try to formulate their model answers. They will help us because when we are aware of the previous year's questions and the possible model answer, I know these model answers are not so accurate and there are chances of improvement always. So these are not our final answer. They are just a guiding light that first we will go through a question, then we will try to formulate an answer, and by doing this process we will be more aware about the kind of questions that UPSC ask and how much focus we should have on which topic, which kind of questions are asked, how we can do analysis, and what is the possible answer. And if we are aware about all these things, then there are possibilities that we can enhance, we can enrich the answer. Ethics paper was introduced in 2013 itself. So from 2013 to 2019, we will try to discuss all the questions. First of all, we will discuss the questions, and after completion of the questions, we will go for the case studies. So today we will discuss question number 1. Let's start. Yes, this is our question. Let's have a pen and pencil. This is, what do you understand by values and ethics? In what way is it important to be ethical along with being professionally competent? Mind it that it is a 10-mark question and only 150 words are required. This word limit is very important. It means we have to be very precise while answering the question. The question asks us that what do you mean by values and ethics? It means you have to define the values and ethics. You have to basically give their definition and 1 or 2 line to relate them, that how they are related also, just 1 or 2 line. And then we have to tell that in what way being ethical is necessary for professionally competent. It means if you are professionally competent, you are very efficient, then why it is important that yet you are very efficient, you are very productive, but still you have to be ethical. So we have to cover this dimension, that yet a person is productive, efficient and very competent, but still there is something which is very important, that is that person should be ethical in his ways. So let's discuss this question. Values and ethics are often used interchangeably. We in our normal talks we consider all these two terms interchangeably. However, there does exist a distinction between two. Obviously there is a big difference. Anything we see or experience around us is viewed and interpreted in the terms of some preconceived ideas and values. Obviously, we are socially conditioned in one particular way or in another, that we already have a lens of values. When any incident happen, any event take place, then we decide personally that this is wrong, this is right. Our wrong, our right is driven by our own values. It means we already have an idea, we already have a framework in our mind that how we are going to decide a particular thing. You may also call it that we already have prejudices about the things. We already have perceptions. Values are the yardsticks which help in measuring the desirability or undesirability of any act, behavior or a practice. Obviously, if we are brought up in a society where doing an act, for example theft, is considered wrong, so obviously we will not prefer doing that. If we live in a society where it is considered that girls are equally important, they are an asset to their parents also, then there will be no cases of feticide or honor killing because both the children will be equal. It will not that only one child is tagged as a reputation of the family. Both are equally important. Both will be given the enough space, enough public space, enough decision making power. There will be no discrimination. So it's upon the values, the decisions that a society take, the social conditioning that happen in which way these things decide that what will be our mindset, what we will prefer. So basically, values are the desirable things. In Indian society, it is a value that we have to respect our elders. It is not written anywhere. It is not the code of conduct, but still, we have to respect our parents. It is desirable. It is something which is expected from us. Values are yardstick which help measuring the desirability or undesirability of any act, behavior, or practice. And due to this nature of values, obviously, this values varies from society to society. For example, if you consider the North India or South India, their eating habits are different, their social conversations are different, their mindsets are different, their preferences are different. So values varies from society to society. So we cannot say that values are eternal, they are universal. Yet there are some specific values which we can say that they are universal. And there are some values which we can say that they are absolute. Okay. So due to this nature, there can be some universal values which can be admired by all the culture and all the societies. Obviously, for example, human dignity, that human being deserve dignity, respect from others, and we should behave in a way that we don't harm the human dignity. So in all cultures, it has been acknowledged that we have to give some acknowledgement or respect being human. Okay, so this is something which is considered a sacred thing in all the cultures, in all the societies. Okay, for example, murder. If murder is a event or it is an incident which is criticized by all the societies all over the world, no one will give you the reward for this. It is considered as wrong. So this is a universal thing. But for example, if we consider the place of a woman in the society, it means her financial, social, economic, political decision making power. So if we consider the Middle East countries, the Saudi Arabia, even the women are not allowed to drive there. Recently, the Saudi Arabia allowed their women to drive and having a driving license. In India also, yet we have a right to vote, but still, socially and economically, women are more vulnerable. And all the things which happen, they happen. What is the basic thing behind all these incidents? The value system. We give more preference to a son. In economic survey, we have also listened a term meta son preference. Missing women. World Bank published a report that millions of girls are missing. It means they were killed before taking birth. So these are the values. We prefer a boy more than a girl. This is a value. And the result of this value is that the participation of women in the labor force is very less. They are the incident where we will find that dowry cases are happening. There are lots of other issues which women are facing. Why? Because they are not socially strong, economically strong, financially strong, and because of this particular vulnerability, all their positions in at all level in the society is weak in comparison to a man. So this is a consequence of a value system, that how we prefer the things. So ethics on the other hand, socially acceptable principles. Socially acceptable principles. So first of all, let's clear values. Values vary from society to society. Some values are very universal, some values are absolute, some values are beyond space, beyond time, they don't change. For example, truth is appreciated always in all the societies, in all the culture. Non-violence is appreciated, but there are some other values that what will be the position of a woman, whether it is a patriarchal or a matrilineal society. So values, what we can say, values are something which is very internal to a human being, that how they think, how they behave, how they prefer. Okay. And ethics is something which we can say they are socially acceptable principles. It's mean they are a kind of code. They are something external to human being which works as a regulator that you have to behave in a particular way. Ethics define from its principle that what is good, what is bad, what is moral, what is immoral, what is desirable and undesirable in a particular society. So basically, we can say that ethics is the manifestation of different values. Okay, ethics, the result of the manifestation of values. We all human being, in every society, in every group, there are some values, and when we codify those values, when we make them little more formal, that this is the way you have to behave, that becomes the ethics. Ethical principles change from society to society, alter to different shades to suit the human purpose and achieve its goal. Basically, what we are doing, we are codifying the values. We are making them more formal. And why we will do it? So that it fulfill the needs of the society. And all these things are socially acceptable. Therefore, while values are more or less universal in character, basically ethical principles are custom made by every society to serve the interest of the individual living under its framework. So basically, ethics, we can think about ethics as a framework. What we are doing basically, codifying the values, making it little more formal, socially acceptable for the needs of the society. Let's give you an example that as we know in the Punjab, in the Haryana, in the northern India, there is a high preference for son, and as a result of this, the sex ratio is very inclined toward the boys. Less girls are there. So now there is another culture which have developed. We can say it a culture, we can say it is ethics, or we can say it a new thing which is emerging. That now brides are purchased from the outside states like Punjab, like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and it is there is a term molki. It's mean we have purchased it. We have given a mole, a value, a money price for this bride, and this is known as molki. It's mean a bride which is purchased by using money, given a mole. Its mole means a value. So this is an emerging concept. And why this is happening? Because girls are very less in number available in the state of Haryana, in the state of Punjab. And boys are not getting married because not enough girls are available. So now this is socially acceptable. This concept is socially acceptable. We can say it is an ethics now. Because what is doing it is fulfilling all the needs of the society also. Because if the men are not getting married, society will not get forward. There will not new member to the society. The society will not be functional. So to maintain its functionality, what is happening? This particular emerging concept is taking place in the society. So this is something which we can say now this is ethics in the society of Haryana, Punjab, in some other state maybe also, but I'm well aware about this concept because I'm resident of Haryana and basically from the rural setup. So now we are able to differentiate between the values. Values are more intact to the human beings. This is more of a psychological thing, and it varies from society to society. Some are universal, some are absolute. But ethics, on the other hand, is a framework. It's a codified values fulfilling the needs of the society. Now we will answer that how it is necessary that a person who is competent, who is efficient, she has to be ethical in his ways. So we will do. It is very important to be ethical in the performance of one's duty. An unethical person can only bring harm to the society because professional competency devoid of an ethical base can only be a home for various vices. Whereas an ethical person would strive for the common good even if he lacks in the high standards of its profession. It's mean that if a person who is efficient, capable enough, but not ethical, danger to the society, because he or she will only think his own benefit, and for making his own profit, his own benefit, they will not hesitate harming others because they are not ethical. They are not following those rules, those regulations, those values which are socially acceptable, or we can say socially expected. That if you are a public servant, then you will serve the public. You will not serve some few political parties or some high standard offices or corporates. So, if a person is ethical, even if he or she is less professionally efficient or capable, they will be an asset to the society because they will not harm anyone in the society and they will strive for the common good. Because ethically, it is expected from them that the job that they have, the role they have given, they will perform it well and they will achieve their end goals if they are ethical in their ways. But if they are not ethical, they will use all their efficiency, all their capability for their own benefit and will not even hesitate to harm others. So they are basically the bane for the society. So it's must to be ethical in the conduct. So guys, this is our question number 1. We have completed it, and in the next video we will try to cover question number 2. And since 2013 to 2019 there are around 60 questions total. So we are going to have 60 videos, one video for one question. I hope you will like it because I have enjoyed it thoroughly. Thanks guys.